Hey guys, it's Dave again. Um, it's good to be back to talk with you all again. After the last video, I know the last video with the audio was pretty bad. I've upgraded my software, screen recording software since then. It's an open source software. You can see down here, it's called ShareX. But since I upgraded it, it seems to be doing a lot better. Um, Still not perfect. It's free software though, so that's why I use it. Anyways, getting right into the reason why I want to make this video is because I want to get back into this 2017 The Economist cover. And in the last video, we talked about the tower a little bit and protesting and the hermit card and the judgment that's coming on America and the world. But the more I look at this cover, the more I just see things that are related to this year. Um, Sometime I might do a video about this card, the star card, which looks like comets and asteroids. And I noticed also that the background of this Economist cover is space, which is really wild. So this 2017 cover seems really applicable to 2020. And then you've got this death card here. Um, yeah, that's pretty obvious right there. But I want to talk about this card, the Magician card. This is what really standing out to me, the Spirit speaking to me is this card right here. And let me go over here. So I was looking at the this Microsoft patent, the one that everyone's talking about right now, the W0 2020 060606, and how it's used, how it's using the body and sensors into some type of a user device to some type, maybe a wearable device with sensors in it, or maybe the sensors are, I don't know, but it's using your body to mine cryptocurrency because in the past, computers were used to mine cryptocurrency, right? So now it's plugging in your body. And that got me to thinking that's really interesting. And all this new virtual reality stuff we've been hearing about with Marina Abramovic and all of these different things that Microsoft is doing and Bill Gates with the quantum dots tattooing, and we're hearing about DARPA gel and all this stuff. But I was thinking more and more about this here, this patent, and how you're using your body to mine cryptocurrency. And I'm thinking, what if this is kind of like a symbiotic relationship where the you're mining for cryptocurrency, but it's using your body to mine for mining energy, using electricity, using your body's energy that it's putting out and the heat it's putting out and the watts that it's putting out as as electricity, kind of like almost like they're using you as a battery. So then I did a search on Google and I put up here body heat to energy. And this is the first thing that came up. The idea of converting human body heat into a form of usable energy has been targeted by scientists for years. A resting human male gives off roughly 100 to 120 watts of energy. A very small fraction of this can be utilized by a thermoelectric device to power wearable devices. Wearable devices. That's what that headset is. The VR headset, which is interesting. But you look down here and you just see tons of articles about changing the body heat, human body heat, into power for all types of devices, all kinds of things. But this one caught my attention especially. Can the human body heat provide the world with energy? And you come down here and it states, if the energy production of all human beings is combined, how does this compare to the global energy demand? How much electricity could be generated if every living human would wear a thermal energy harnessing bracelet? Can this power all our electrical appliances? And then it goes on, which blew me away. In the movie The Matrix, intelligent machines are exploiting humans as a power source by harvesting their thermal energy and converting it into electricity. In the movie, the harvested energy is enough to run the post-apocalyptic machine world and to power a giant simulation that makes mankind believe it is still living in the 20th century. But is it possible to power the whole planet just by harvesting body heat? And it starts to go on with the details of how this all runs and even down to how many watts it would need. It's absolutely incredible. I never knew this was, a real thing. And then I started thinking about uh, the movie The Matrix naturally, right? So in the movie The Matrix, they looked at us as batteries, right? You see that? And then he wakes up. He's in a battery farm, this giant battery farm of people. Maybe we're not like I don't know if we're not going to be mind like this. I mean, but just walking around and whatever the patents talking about using body heat, body energy, thought waves and whatnot. But it just got me thinking about that. And then I thought about again, of course, Marina Abramovic. And I go back to the magician card, right? And you've got the guy wearing the VR headset, and then you've got Marina over here wearing the VR headset, Black Magic. She's into Black Magic, obviously, and she's over here doing her thing with the VR. And it made me think of the Facebook photo with all the people wearing the VR headsets. And before, when that magazine first came out, I didn't pay any attention to the magician card. When it first came out, I was thinking, oh, whatever. I don't think that's a big deal. But actually, the more I look at this card, the more I see how important it really is. I think it's a really important card. And you see, I wrote Singularity up here because the figure 8 is eternity, but for them it might symbolize singularity, where they want to combine man and machine, right? Where they want to combine, I forget what that word is called, where you combine man and machine or man and computers. I forget what the word is called, but yeah, merging man with machine. I worked at Microsoft, like I've stated many times, is I've worked for them for 10 years in the data center environment. And it's interesting how I saw how we changed our name from enterprise and cloud. That was our business name, cloud and enterprise, I'm sorry. And we changed that over. I knew a few years ago when we changed the name over to cloud and AI, I knew something had changed. And we started installing supercomputers, Cray supercomputers in the data center co-locations in the data center, and they were feeding into the regular servers. So I thought that was really interesting and strange how we had changed our name to cloud and AI, and there was a lot more focus on AI and how we started moving mini Cray supercomputers into our data centers. So that was really interesting. I also, so you look at this guy here, right? He's got one arm up and one arm down. What's that remind you of? As above, so below, right? Look at this guy. He's doing the as above, so below thing. This guy, look what he's wearing too. He's wearing a red robe and golden sash with the sun behind his head. And he's holding a staff, a rod. Who does that remind you of? Reminds you of a Christ-like figure, right? Or an Antichrist type figure, maybe. And I noticed these little houses, to me, when I started looking at them and thinking about them more, they remind me more of like little churches. So this figure of verging man and machine, man and robotics, computers, transcendence, or whatever you want to call it, their point of singularity, that's what they're looking for. I think that's what this is all about. You know, it's some type of there's something going on here that relates back to the patent and to this VR technology and all that. There's something going on here. And so that made me think about also um, Marina Abramovic and Lady Gaga, and how this is just so strange, like this is Lady Gaga here, and this is Marina Abramovic, and I'm sure many of you have seen this, uh, this what is this fake whatever dummy or whatever. They're drinking blood off of a person, or fake blood. Who knows what the heck is going on over there? But it reminded me of that Twilight Zone episode where it's talked about to serve man, and they thought that they were getting served by these aliens, by these creatures. Uh, they thought they were getting served. But instead, what it meant was to serve man. It meant how to serve man to them, how to how to eat man, how to serve them. And I just thought that was really strange, how it kind of just popped in my head. And I was thinking about the servers. That's what's going on in the data center, and all these different things that we use, right? Like the HoloLens, the VR, all the tech gadgets, the iPhone in your hand, and like the iPads, and the never-ending technology that is always in our face. It says it's to serve us, right? That's what it was supposed to be, right? The promise was that it was going to make our life easier and simpler, and will be more efficient. But all it does is all it does is make us working even harder, never ending, and serving something else instead of it serving us. And so this to me is the trick of the devil, how we're actually being served, but not in the right way. They want to serve us to the devil. And so they're trying to put that yoke on us. And you see this man here, it's you don't wake up until it's too late, and you're already in that in that cooking pot. That's what's going on with mankind right now, right? They're being led up the stairs, and they still think this is a cookbook to serve to them, but actually it's a cookbook to how to serve them to these creatures, to these serpents, right? So don't wake up. I mean, don't wake up too late. You got, and the only way out of this whole thing is Christ, is Jesus Christ. There is no other way out of this. You're either going to be a slave of the devil, and you're going to be in this direction here, or you're going to be a slave of Christ. You must serve one of the two masters. If you say you're atheist or agnostic or whatever, you're already in Satan's camp. You're either on one side or the other. There is no in between. So we should look to the one who truly served us the most, who put all his heart and energy and power into serving us and dying for us. Now, he might ask us to die to ourselves, and die to maybe even physically die, spiritually and physically. But he's there for you. He wants you to live in heaven forever with him. And he is a servant king. How is he a servant king? He is building up treasures in heaven forever, for eternity. He's making mansions. If it wasn't so, he wouldn't have said it. So he's building unimaginable things for eternity for us in heaven. That's a servant king. What greater servant king is that than having unending treasures each day better than the next? And the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. But Jesus Christ comes to bring life and bring it more abundantly. This is your only hope. There's no other way out. And I'm a firm believer of the rapture. If you're not, that's fine. You can believe what you want to believe, but this is the way. And it's not like in that Disney cartoon where they say that's the way. He is the way. Jesus Christ is the way. And I want to leave you with this real quick here. In Isaiah 49, I believe this is 49, yes, 49:15, Isaiah 49:15, it talks about, can a woman forget her nursing child, that she should have no compassion on the son of her womb? Even these may forget. So it's saying that a woman with her child has complete compassion and love of whatever child is born of her womb, right? And it says, and God says, even she may forget her child, but he says, yet I will not forget you. Behold, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. How mighty and amazing is that? This was written 740 years before Jesus Christ died. And he just said, behold, I will engrave you on the palms of my hands. There is no greater love than that. He loves you. Please, for the love of everything, turn your life over to Christ. And I will leave you with that. Amen. And God bless you.